Here's the brutal truth most people don't want to hear. It's not your offer that's holding you back. It's not your price point. It's not even the algorithm. It's the simple fact that your audience doesn't know why you exist. And if they don't know why you exist, they don't care that you do. The sad truth is, if you don't fix this, it doesn't matter how good your offer is, you'll keep being ignored. But after watching this video, you'll have my exact method to change that. I'm Dave Polikoff, founder of Personal Brand Accelerator, where I help coaches, consultants, and agency owners build standout personal brands online. Brands that scale faster and smarter through AI-powered content systems. And in this video, I'm going to break down my 4-part framework for crafting a brand story that builds trust, creates emotional connection, and positions you as unforgettable. This is the same framework I teach my private clients inside my Personal Brand Accelerator, but today you're getting it for free. And if you stick around to the end of the video, I'll even give you free access to the exact tool I share with my private community that helps them craft their complete persuasive origin story in under 15 minutes. So if you're serious about making your brand unforgettable, then stick around. Ready? Let's dive in. So this wouldn't be a video about crafting your brand origin story unless I gave my own. And look, the idea of brand storytelling was not always so obvious to me. I used to think the key to success online was actually to look like the smartest expert in the room. So I constantly posted content like the top 3 tools for productivity or the 5 hacks for growing your audience, fact after fact, knowledge bomb after knowledge bomb. But I quickly realized my audience didn't care. Why? Because I sounded like every other trust me bro in their feed. I would get comments like, I hate these fake gurus, or how do I know this even works? That hurt because they were right. All the real and valuable facts in the world couldn't create trust without a story behind them to give them and me credibility. So I looked for ways to grow my expertise online in a more strategic way. That's when I came across Russell Brunson's book, Expert Secrets. In it, Russell explains that the fastest way to build real trust with your audience isn't by shouting louder. It's by telling your brand's origin story. He calls it the Epiphany Bridge story, a founder's personal journey based on the timeless structures of Joseph Campbell's hero's journey that gives your audience the context they need to believe in you, trust your expertise, and connect with your offers. And that's when it hit me. This was the missing piece. So I started injecting my experiences, my failures, my real journey into everything I created. And within the next 2 weeks, everything changed. People weren't just liking my content, they were actually trusting it and me. They were connecting with me. So I took elements of Russell Brunson's Epiphany Bridge story and what I learned through my own experiences, and I bundled that together into my own 4-part framework that I'm going to be teaching you today. And this is what I teach through my Personal Brand Accelerator, where I help founders build their movements by teaching them how to turn their real story into scalable trust. All right. Now that you know my story, let's build yours. The 4-part framework for crafting your memorable brand story is built around what I call the 4 Bs: before, breakdown, build, and brand. Each of these stages gives your audience critical context they need to trust you, relate to you, and believe in your solution. Let's break each one of these down. The first B is before. This is the world you lived in before your transformation. It's the ordinary world your audience can relate to before you built the business, before you created the solution, before you started your movement. Share the pain, the struggle, the confusion you lived in. For me, my before was thinking success meant sounding like the ultimate expert. I was frustrated and confused why my content wasn't landing with my audience, something I know many of you right now can relate to. This context is critical for trust and connection because relatability is earned when your audience can see themselves in your past. If you skip your before, you miss that chance for your audience to go, wow, they get me. Now, the second B is for breakdown. This is the moment everything cracked open. The frustration, the wake-up call, the breaking point, the moment you realize this can't be my life. For me, my breakdown was when I reached my boiling point of wasting so many hours on content that was not converting into clients or customers. It was the catalyst I needed to make the change. Every great story needs its breaking point because without this breaking point, there's no reason for the transformation. Your audience needs to feel your pain before they'll care about your solution. The third B is for build. This is the messy middle, the late nights, the doubts, the iterations, the false starts, the moments you wondered if you made a mistake. For me, my build phase was diving into storytelling frameworks like the Epiphany Bridge, testing them, failing forward, and reshaping how I communicated my expertise. Because nobody trusts overnight success, they trust resilience. Your build story proves you earned your wisdom. And finally, brand. Brand is the bigger mission you now serve. It's how your solution changes lives, not just yours, but others too. For me, my brand is simple. I believe your ideas deserve to be heard, but they'll only be heard if you can build trust first, because people want to join a bigger story, not just buy another product. Brand transforms your personal journey into a movement that your audience wants to follow and get behind. All right, let's recap. Before, show them you were once like them. Breakdown, show them you felt their pain. Build, show them you earned your solution. And brand, show them the bigger mission they can be a part of. That's the DNA of a story that sells without selling. Now, you might be thinking, okay, I get it, Dave, but how do I actually create my brand story? Which was a need that a lot of my clients used to have. So that's why I created the Brand Story Generator GPT. It's a free tool that I provide my private community that walks you through each of the 4Bs step by step. And in less than 15 minutes, you'll have a full draft of your personal brand story ready to use. Here's how it works. First, click the link in the description below to access the free Origin Story GPT. Next, answer a few questions about your life, your struggles, your breakthroughs. It's like a guided interview with your past. And finally, the GPT weaves your answers into the 4B Brand Origin Story framework and hands you a complete story you can plug straight into your social content, your about page, your sales deck, anywhere trust needs to happen faster. It's fast, it's simple, and it's the critical story your brand and content has been missing. Because here's the thing, your story isn't fluff. It's not a nice to have. It is your sales strategy. The brands that last, they're the ones who make their audience feel something first. So go grab your free Brand Origin Story Generator. It's linked in the description below. Craft your story, scale your trust, build your movement. I'll see you on the inside.